Wow. Where do I begin with this? Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Yes, she has returned. I was going to take a longer break from YouTube, but I missed it way too much. So I'm back. And I'm here with something very different, and something that should be talked about a lot more. So basically, I lost a baby. So I'm just gonna get straight into this, and hopefully I don't cry all my makeup off. Some of you may or may not know I have spoken about it a little bit on my channel, but yeah, 2 years ago I had a miscarriage, and today I'm finally talking about it, because it doesn't get talked about much. It's sort of a taboo on everything, not just on social media and everything. So let's start from the beginning. 2 years ago I was in a very, very new relationship, and the relationship, it wasn't working out at all. We've been together for just over a month, and I found out I was pregnant. I'd never been pregnant before or anything like that. Never had a pregnancy scare before or anything. So I took the test, and when I took the test I looked at these 2 lines and I cried. I cried. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't have a job. I had no money. I did not know what the hell I was going to do. And I told the guy that I was with that I was pregnant, and I'm not going to name names or anything like that because we don't speak. I don't want to speak to him anymore because it was, yeah, it's a long story, that relationship. Basically he didn't want anything to do with it. I think he was scared, and he didn't want me to keep it, and honestly I can say I was thinking about having an abortion. I'm not gonna, simply because I was young, I literally did not know what to do. But this was just all in like the first hour or so of me finding out that I was pregnant. He was just like, I'm done with you, I don't want anything to do with you or anything like that. So I was pregnant. I had just been dumped over text. He never ever seen me after that at all. He just didn't want, we were still in contact for a while, but he just didn't want, he didn't come and see me or anything like that. So within hours of me finding out I was pregnant, I was having pain, like period pain, but worse. And I was thinking, what the hell is going on? Is this normal? I did not know what is normal for a pregnancy. I've never been freaking pregnant before. So I carried on. I just thought, right, this is normal. I'm not bleeding or anything like that. So I just carried on. I obviously, the only other person that knew I was pregnant at this time was my mum. And she was starting to get worried because I shouldn't have been in this amount of pain. And then I can't remember if it was night or morning, but anyway, I was in bed, and I was in so much pain. I was crying. I could hardly move. Still, no bleeding, nothing. And then this was at night, I remember now, because we went to like an out of hours doctor thing. We went there. This was a couple of days after finding out I was pregnant. He did another pregnancy test, the doctor. He confirmed it basically that I was pregnant. And he had a good feel of everything. I explained what was going on. I was in so much pain. And he kind of said from then that it was an unhappy pregnancy. And I was just like, what? Because I was starting to want this pregnancy. I was starting to, love this little blip that was inside of me. We gathered the fact that I was about 4 or 5 weeks pregnant at this time, so very early on. I was feeling sick every day. I had literally every symptom, and it was so freaking weird because I was feeling sick. I never ever threw up, never. I was just feeling really, really weird. And everywhere I went there was babies and pregnant women, and I was just thinking to myself, as soon as he said, this is probably an unhappy pregnancy, he didn't say, you're gonna lose your baby or whatever. From then on I was like, I don't know, something like clicked in me. I thought, holy shit, basically. Like, what am I gonna do? I want this now. I've always wanted to be a mum. But when it actually hit me that I was actually pregnant, I was like, I can't do it. And Anyway, I'm just gonna blabber through this so I don't end up crying on camera, because I don't want to cry on camera. But we were in town, and I seen baby things, so I picked them up. I was like, I was kind of in denial at some points, I think. I was like, no, I'm pregnant, I'm having a baby, So I got, and I've still got a few little baby bits. I have got more things somewhere. I think they're up in the loft actually. Yeah, I picked up a few things, like even big stuff. I've bought boy stuff, I've bought girl stuff, because I don't know, but they will all come in handy in the future. A couple more days went by, and I ended up in hospital because once again I was in such bad pain. It kind of eased off and then it came back. Still no bleeding. This was about a week or so after I found out I was pregnant. So all of this was so sudden, and a lot was going on in my head, and I went into hospital and they thought I was having a ectopic pregnancy, which can be deadly. Luckily it wasn't that, and I had a scan and everything because I stayed in overnight. I had a scan. They said that everything was fine. It wasn't. I was also told my due date. My due date was going to be in the January of the next year. It was actually around this time of year that I found out I was pregnant. And the actual due date was also the anniversary. Not just any anniversary, the 10th anniversary of my granddad passing. So I kind of like put it in my head that, oh my god, I'm having a boy, you know, and then I would have named him after my granddad if it had carried on. But anyway, they did the scan. They said no, everything's fine. It's just, you know, it's just a problematic pregnancy sort of thing. It's just one of those things because every pregnancy is different. And then a few days later, I was back in again because I was bleeding and still in pain, and I lost my baby. This video, I didn't want it to go this way, but yep. You know, I don't know how people can actually talk about losing a baby without crying. But yeah, it sucks. I started off not knowing what I wanted to do, and then I ended up really freaking wanting this baby because I thought, I'm one of those people that thinks everything happens for a reason. I thought, right, okay, this is the path I'm taking. I'm gonna be a young mum, you know. And to then have it taken away from you is horrible. But I know it wasn't right. It was just not meant to be. And looking back, yes, it was horrible and the worst thing I've probably ever gone through, and I don't wish it on anyone. I really don't. But I also know it was also a good thing because it was, I don't know how I can say a miscarriage is a good thing. It's not a good thing, but I know that the person that I was with that got me pregnant, he was not the right person for me to have children with. So in that way, us losing the baby was, you know, it was just not meant to be, basically. And I still think about it most days. I really do, to think about now. I'd have a 1-year-old running around, you know, what would my channel be then, you know? I'd probably be one of those mom channels, you know, that vlogs for kids and everything. And hopefully one day I will be pregnant again, and I will be able to show you guys my pregnancy, and you can join me on that adventure. So yeah, I know I'm meant to be a mum, basically, and I don't know where this video is going, but it was requested that I make this video, and I have been wanting to make this video for the 2 years that it's been, but I just haven't had the courage to do it until now. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you a couple of things. I've got a few like facts written about it because obviously it's really not talked about enough, miscarriages. People literally, they think it's uncommon, and it's a lot more common than you think. 1 in 4 women have a miscarriage or a loss of a baby of some sort, because obviously there's more than just a miscarriage. So yeah, 1 in 4. If you are those 1 in 4 women, please let me know in the comments. We need to talk about this, basically. A quarter of 1 million women a year in the UK alone has a miscarriage. 250,000. That's insane as to how many women that is. And the one thing that was going through my head as well, which I'm pretty sure it happened, but it goes through all women's heads, I think, that have a miscarriage. It's not your fault. It's literally not your fault. I don't know, we just blame ourselves. Because it's our body, we automatically blame ourselves. We're like, what did we do wrong? Could I have done something better? You know, what is it that I did? Because it's my body that's done this. But it's I'm not a doctor, so I can't really explain it. But it's just one of those things. It's just not the right time. There was something wrong. There is all these other reasons. The reason that it's not is it's not you. I have come to terms with the fact that my baby was needed elsewhere, you know? I've had dreams since then that it was actually a little girl. So I did name her. I named her Angel, which is appropriate. I don't know if any of you guys believe in the whole spiritual thing. Maybe I'll talk about that side in a different video, because I am a very spiritual person. But yeah, I feel like she was needed elsewhere. She wasn't needed on this earth. So before I cry, I just want to thank you guys for always supporting me and being with me on this YouTube journey, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and please comment or follow my social media, which I will put here somewhere, and come and talk to me if you want to, because it really does need to be talked about more. So yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys again soon.